Hi, Soraya. It's me. It's your Aunt M. I'm going to read you the more of the book. A Bear Called Paddington. A Bear Called Paddington. We're still reading chapter 1. Okay, here we go. Mr. Brown coughed. He had just caught the stern eye of a waitress on the other side of the counter. Perhaps he said we'd better go. I'll see if I can find a taxi. He picked up Judy's belongings and hurried outside. Paddington stepped gingerly off the table and, with a last look at the the sticky remains of his buns, climbed down onto the floor. Judy took one of his paws. Come along, Paddington. We would take you home, and you can have a nice hot bath. Then you can tell me all about South America. I'm sure you must have had lots of wonderful adventures. I have, said Paddington honestly. Lots. Things are always happening to me. I'm that sort of bear. When they came out of the buffet, Mr. Brown had already found a taxi, and he waved them across. The the driver looked hard at Paddington and then at the inside of his nice clean taxi. Theirs is expense extra, he said gruffly. Sticky Bears is 9 pence. He can't help being sticky, driver said Mr. Brown. He's just had a nasty accident. The, the driver hesitated. All right, hop in. But mind, but mind, none of it comes off on me interior. I only cleaned it out this morning. The the Browns trooped obediently into the back of the the taxi. Mr. and Miss Brown and Judy sat in the back while Paddington stood on a tip-up seat behind the driver so that he could see out of the window. The sun was shining as they drove out of the station, and after the gloom and the noise, everything seemed bright and cheerful. They swept past a group of people at a bus stop, and Paddington waved. Several people stared, and one man raised his hat in return. It was all very friendly. After weeks of sitting alone in a lifeboat, there was so much to see. There were people and cars and big red buses everywhere. It wasn't a bit like darkest Peru. Paddington kept one eye out of the window in case he missed anything. With his other eye, he carefully examined Mr. and Mr. and Miss Brown and Judy. Mr. Brown was fat and jolly with a big mustache and glasses, while Miss Brown, who was also rather plump, looked like a larger edition of Judy. Paddington had just decided he was going to like staying with the Browns when the glass window behind the driver shot back and a gruff voice said, "Where did you say you wanted to go?" Mr. Brown leaned forward. Number 32, Windsor Gardens. The driver cupped his ear with one hand. "Can't hear you," he shouted. Paddington tapped him on the shoulder. "Number 32, Windsor Gardens," he repeated. The taxi driver jumped at the sound of Paddington's voice and narrowly missed hitting a bus. He looked down at his shoulder and glared. "Queen," he said bitterly, all over me new coat." Judy giggled, and Mr. and Miss Brown exchanged glances. Mr. Brown peered at the meter. He'd have expected to see a sign go up saying they had to pay another sixpence. "I beg your pardon," said Paddington. He bent forward and tried to rub the stain off with his other paw. Several bun crumbs and a smear of jam added themselves mysteriously to the taxi driver's coat. The driver gave Paddington a long, hard look. Paddington raised his hat and the driver slammed the window shut again. "Oh dear," said Miss Brown, we really shall have to give him a bath as soon as we get indoors. It's getting everywhere." Paddington looked thoughtful. It wasn't so much that he didn't like baths. He really didn't mind being covered with jam and cream. It seemed a pity to wash it all off quite so soon. But before he had time to consider the matter, the taxi stopped and the Browns began to climb out. Paddington picked up his suitcase and followed Judy up a flight of wide steps to a big green door. "Now you are going to meet Miss Ford," said Judy. "She looks after us. She's a bit fierce sometimes, and she grumbles a lot, but she doesn't really mean it. I'm sure you will like her." Paddington felt his knees begin to tremble. He looked round for Mr. and Miss Brown, but they appeared to be having some sort of argument with the taxi driver behind the door. He could hear footsteps approaching. I'm sure I shall like I'm sure I shall like her if you say so, he said, edging side up of his reflection on the slightly polished letterbox. But will she like me? That's the end of chapter 1, Soraya, okay? I will start reading chapter 2 to you very soon. Okay, bye bye for now. Lots of love and kisses.